Did you know that 60% of employees don't feel their leaders are doing a good job? Shocking, right? In a world where leadership is everything, so many leaders still struggle to connect with their teams. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a born leader to lead effectively. It's about mastering the right strategies, building trust, and knowing how to inspire others. Whether you're a manager, an entrepreneur, or someone wanting to improve your leadership skills, this guide will show you how to unlock the secrets to becoming the kind of leader that others want to follow. In the following chapters, we're going to dive into some game-changing leadership strategies that go beyond the usual advice. From using vulnerability to create trust to leading from behind the scenes with quiet influence, you'll learn actionable tips and facts that will transform the way you lead. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new approach to leadership that drives results and inspires your team like never before. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Unlocking the hidden power of vulnerability. Vulnerability might sound like a weakness, but in leadership, it's one of the most powerful tools you can use. Research shows that leaders who show vulnerability build stronger connections with their teams. Brené Brown, a renowned leadership researcher, says, "Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome." This simple truth is the foundation of trust and respect in any team. When leaders openly admit their mistakes, it signals to the team that imperfection is human, and it fosters an environment of open communication. Leaders who are too proud or afraid to show vulnerability risk creating a toxic environment where people are afraid to make mistakes or share their ideas. In fact, a 2020 study found that 72% of employees are more engaged when they feel their leaders are authentic and vulnerable. One simple way to practice vulnerability is by asking for feedback. It's easy to assume we're doing a good job, but feedback shows we're open to growth. Leaders who ask their teams for input show they value opinions and acknowledge that they don't know everything. It's a small but powerful way to create a culture of mutual respect. Showing vulnerability also encourages innovation. When people feel safe to speak up without fear of judgment, they're more likely to share creative ideas. In 2019, a study by Google on its most effective teams revealed that psychological safety, the feeling that one won't be penalized for speaking up, was the key factor for success. Vulnerability in leadership creates that safety. It's also important to be vulnerable about your challenges. Letting your team know when you're facing obstacles shows them that leadership is about persistence, not perfection. When people see their leaders overcome difficulties, they feel empowered to push through their own struggles. By showing vulnerability, leaders create a ripple effect. Their openness invites others to be open. It helps team members feel like they belong and encourages them to share more openly. Building trust through vulnerability is a leadership strategy that never fails. Chapter 2. The silent influence. Leading without words. Great leaders know that actions often speak louder than words. In fact, studies show that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal. That means your body language, tone, and energy are just as important, if not more, than what you say. A leader who stands tall, makes eye contact, and listens actively sends a powerful message to their team without saying a word. The way a leader carries themselves can set the tone for the entire organization. For example, research from Harvard Business School found that leaders who adopt confident body language inspire trust and respect in their teams. People notice when a leader is composed, and that calm presence can bring a sense of stability to the entire group. Another powerful form of silent influence is through consistency. When a leader's actions align with their words, trust naturally follows. If you say one thing but do another, you'll quickly lose the respect of your team. Consistency in behavior reinforces your leadership message and builds credibility. Effective leaders also know the importance of timing. Sometimes, silence can be the most impactful tool. Pausing before responding, allowing others to think and contribute, or even stepping back in moments of chaos shows confidence. This type of silence can help your team process information and feel heard. There's also the concept of leading from the front. A leader who is hands-on and models desired behaviors without having to give orders creates a powerful influence over the team. You don't need to talk constantly to guide people in the right direction. your actions can serve as the clearest form of instruction. The environment you create also plays a big role. When leaders maintain a calm and controlled atmosphere, they reduce anxiety within the team. This sense of security allows team members to focus and perform at their best. Research supports this. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that supportive leadership reduces employee stress, leading to higher job satisfaction and better performance. Leaders who master the art of silent influence understand the importance of being present. A simple nod, a reassuring smile, or even a genuine pause can make all the difference. Leading without words creates a deeper connection with your team and allows you to communicate on a more profound level. Chapter 3. The Art of Micro-Decisions. Small choices, big results. Leadership is often about making small, everyday decisions that, over time, add up to significant change. It's easy to think that leadership requires grand gestures, but in reality, the power often lies in the micro-decisions we make daily. A study by Korn Ferry found that leaders who make better everyday decisions drive 40% higher team performance than those who don't. For example, choosing when to speak up in a meeting or deciding which email to prioritize might seem trivial, but these moments can have a profound impact. These micro-decisions build up to shape the overall success of a leader and their team. In fact, research by the Center for Creative Leadership reveals that 90% of leadership effectiveness comes down to these day-to-day, seemingly small choices. One key micro-decision involves the way you manage time. Leaders are constantly faced with small decisions about how to allocate their time. By making smart, deliberate choices about where to focus your energy, you signal to your team what's important. If you prioritize your team's needs over distractions, they will follow suit. Another micro-decision with big results is showing appreciation. A simple, "thank you," or a recognition of someone's effort can boost morale and create a culture of gratitude. A study by Gallup found that employees who feel appreciated are 70% more likely to be engaged in their work. That small acknowledgement makes a huge difference in motivating your team. Micro-decisions also involve how you handle conflict. Instead of avoiding or brushing it off, addressing conflicts head-on in a constructive way can improve team dynamics. Leaders who make a point to resolve issues quickly prevent negativity from building up, fostering a healthier, more productive work environment. It's also important to make micro-decisions that show you trust your team. For example, giving people the autonomy to make decisions, even on small matters, creates a sense of ownership and accountability. The more empowered your team feels, the more invested they'll be in the outcome. Over time, these micro-decisions compound, building a strong foundation of leadership. By making intentional, small choices every day, you're not only influencing your own behavior but also shaping the culture of your team. Remember, the secret to great leadership is often hidden in the details. Making thoughtful, deliberate micro-decisions is the key to long-term success. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're enjoying these strategies, hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on more leadership insights that will take your skills to the next level. Chapter 4. Reverse Mentoring. A leadership hack for the modern age. Reverse mentoring is a fresh, powerful strategy that flips traditional mentoring on its head. Instead of senior leaders mentoring younger employees, it's the other way around. In this approach, the younger generation shares their insights and perspectives with more seasoned leaders. This may sound unconventional, but it's quickly becoming a go-to strategy in modern leadership. A study by Deloitte found that 79% of millennials believe mentorship is crucial to their career success. Interestingly, when leaders embrace reverse mentoring, they not only gain insights into the younger generation's thinking, but they also develop empathy. This approach fosters mutual respect and understanding between all generations in the workplace. Leaders can gain valuable feedback on their own leadership style and better understand the needs of younger workers. Reverse mentoring isn't just about technology or trends. It's about bridging the gap between old and new ways of thinking. Younger employees can offer new ideas, challenge outdated systems, and push for changes that senior leaders may not have thought about. By encouraging reverse mentoring, leaders show that they are open-minded and invested in the future of their teams. One key benefit of reverse mentoring is that it helps leaders become more approachable. When younger employees realize they have a voice, they're more likely to engage and contribute to the overall success of the organization. This increased engagement leads to higher job satisfaction and productivity, which ultimately benefits everyone. Another benefit is that reverse mentoring creates a culture of continuous learning. Leaders who participate in this strategy show that they value learning from anyone, regardless of their rank. This mentality leads to greater collaboration and a more innovative work environment. The concept also goes beyond just career development. Reverse mentoring can help improve diversity and inclusion within an organization. By giving underrepresented groups a platform to share their ideas, you foster a more inclusive and equitable work culture. A successful reverse mentoring program requires both parties to be willing to listen and learn. Leaders should approach it with humility, recognizing that everyone has something valuable to contribute. At the same time, younger employees should be encouraged to speak up and challenge traditional ways of thinking. It's this two-way exchange of ideas that makes reverse mentoring so powerful. Make sure you subscribe now. Reverse mentoring is just one example of how you can lead smarter and more effectively. Join our community for more leadership tips. Chapter 5. Letting in the shadows. The power of quiet leadership. Sometimes, the most effective leaders are the ones you don't notice right away. Quiet leadership is all about leading from behind the scenes, steering the ship without the spotlight. It's a more understated approach, but it can be just as powerful, if not more, than loud, charismatic leadership. Quiet leaders excel at creating environments where others feel empowered to take charge. Instead of dictating every decision, they encourage independence and provide guidance from the background. This builds trust and allows team members to develop their skills. According to a study published in the Journal of Business and Psychology, quiet leaders often have stronger, more loyal teams because they focus on the needs of the group rather than seeking personal attention. Letting in the shadows also means practicing active listening. Quiet leaders don't rush to speak or make decisions, they take the time to really understand the issues at hand. Listening attentively gives leaders the opportunity to address problems more effectively. It also ensures that the perspectives of team members are valued, which boosts morale and engagement. Another key aspect of quiet leadership is emotional intelligence. Leaders who are in tune with their team's emotions are able to respond with empathy and understanding. Emotional intelligence allows quiet leaders to handle conflict, build relationships, and motivate employees without using authority or force. Research by the Carnegie Institute of Technology shows that 85% of job success is linked to emotional intelligence. Quiet leaders also build trust by being consistent and reliable. Their actions align with their values, and they demonstrate unwavering support for their team. People feel comfortable working with leaders who are steady and dependable. The consistent, quiet leadership style builds respect and encourages people to follow naturally. The beauty of quiet leadership lies in its subtlety. It doesn't rely on ego or visibility, it's about making an impact through influence rather than dominance. While some leaders may thrive in the spotlight, quiet leaders know that true leadership is about lifting others up. In fact, many of the most influential leaders throughout history, such as Mahatma Gandhi and Rosa Parks, led quietly but with great impact. To cultivate quiet leadership, focus on empowering your team. Trust them to take ownership of their work and provide them with the resources and support they need to succeed. Lead by example, and let your actions speak for you. Over time, your quiet influence will create a culture of respect, collaboration, and high performance. Chapter 6. The Rhythm of Leadership. How to lead with balance. Leadership isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And to succeed over the long haul, you need to maintain balance. Effective leaders know that maintaining a rhythm between work, personal life, and leadership responsibilities is essential for sustainability. It's about finding harmony in the way you lead, communicate, and make decisions. One of the key elements of balanced leadership is self-care. Leaders who don't take care of their mental and physical health can quickly burn out. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, 60% of leaders experience burnout due to work pressure. When leaders take time to recharge, they come back stronger, more focused, and better able to guide their teams. Prioritizing self-care is essential for long-term leadership success. Another aspect of balance is knowing when to push hard and when to pull back. Sometimes, leadership requires making tough decisions or taking quick action. But in other situations, stepping back and allowing others to take the lead is just as important. A balanced leader knows when to be decisive and when to let things unfold naturally. This approach keeps the team engaged while maintaining a sense of stability. Time management is another important factor in maintaining a leadership rhythm. Balancing meetings, strategic thinking, and day-to-day responsibilities requires careful planning. Leaders who manage their time will not only improve their productivity but also set an example for their teams. According to a study by the Harvard Business Review, leaders who practice effective time management are 30% more likely to meet their goals than those who don't. Being a balanced leader also means embracing flexibility. The best leaders know how to adjust their approach depending on the situation. In today's fast-paced world, adaptability is a crucial skill. Leaders who can shift gears when necessary are more likely to lead successful teams through uncertainty. According to a report from the World Economic Forum, adaptability is one of the top skills that leaders need to thrive in the future workplace. Leaders who maintain balance also tend to foster a culture of work-life balance within their teams. When leaders model this behavior, employees are more likely to follow suit. Gallup's State of the American Workplace report found that employees with work-life balance are 25% more productive. Lastly, balance in leadership includes maintaining emotional equilibrium. Emotional stability helps leaders stay calm during crises and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This steady demeanor reassures the team and provides a sense of direction during turbulent times. According to a study by the Center for Creative Leadership, emotionally stable leaders are 40% more effective at leading teams through change. Achieving balance in leadership is an ongoing process. It's about creating a rhythm that works for you and your team, where productivity and well-being coexist. By leading with balance, you not only ensure your own success but also help your team perform at its best over the long term.